I am a marketer, and I've been in marketing all along. I was working in tech firms and startups across insurance, across many digital platforms. We needed to solve the issue of basically building automation, but specifically within WhatsApp. Naturally, we reached out to WhatsApp Contact because it's a very bespoke service. It's been a good experience. Before WhatsApp Contact, I would have had to go through the normal way of working, which is basically reach out to Meta, setting a whole bunch of stuff, getting accredited. It was just a really messy process. Frankly, right now, there are a lot of issues that are plaguing the whole ecosystem. I actually had a big headache. And when WhatsApp Contact came along, it was a lot easier because there's a different way of working. And so we just went straight to the chase. And I'm quite happy to say that we worked very quickly. Starting up from ideation and then going all the way to execution. Typically, it takes a very long time. But because of WhatsApp Contact, it's a lot faster. It really was very quick. Let me share a little bit more about the use case. It was for a real estate company that needed to port data from one end to the other. The core premise of it was to save time and save effort. And the way to do it was through automations that needed to take place in WhatsApp. So typically one might go through Meta, but there was just a whole bunch of issues. So with WhatsApp Contact, it served as a one-stop shop replacement for all of this. And the goal, again, was to save time, save effort. The way it happened specifically was that we brought in information from another provider, and then platform basically helped us to pull in information. It passed it into useful information within the CRM, and then from then on, it fired off automations for us so that we could hit a whole bunch of consumers at the timing that matched them. So we wanted to drip them across multiple days or weeks. Basically, the platform allowed us to do that and change it on the fly as the information that came out changed. We too would be able to edit it in real time. So that was very helpful. Because this wasn't on Meta, which typically needed pre-approvals, it also moved a lot quicker. So as an external agent coming in to assist my client, it made the feedback process much quicker, which is a big value add for me. Meta was being particularly difficult in the entire process, the setup process, the accreditation process, and then eventually the approval process, because every message needs to be approved. All those things, technically, the alternative that stands is Meta, but it wasn't a good solution at all. WhatsApp Contact basically just replaced all of that. It's a single platform, and it just got the job done much quicker, much faster. What I found of value, firstly, everything was in the same platform. So if I look at other alternatives, I had to kind of like string together a whole bunch of things to make it work. The devil is always in the details, right? And all this comes out as a very nice sales pitch, but when you actually get down to executing, it gets very messy, it gets very difficult. And when things break, it's very difficult to build it in a manner that you can then hand back to the client and it's like, it's seamless, it just works. When things fall apart, they really do fall apart. And the more parts, the harder it is. So what was very valuable for me was that with WhatsApp Contact, I didn't have to contend with that because all the things that we needed, which was the CRM, which was automation, which was the actual executioner layer, like sending off the messages in a staggered manner, all those things took place within the same platform. That was valuable. And that came together with the second point I'm going to mention, which is that the team was very responsive. In working with them, I realized that not only were they very responsive, but it wasn't just all talk, like 2 weeks later, at best, the features that we had asked for just came out, right? So the dev process is actually very fast, and I really appreciated that. And also the comms were very respectful. They were just very helpful. The last thing I think that was important to me was that it was very practical. The platform presented all the tools that we needed, but it was in a manner that wasn't overwhelming. That is, every part had a vital piece to play, and if it wasn't, it would not be included. Personally, I found that very useful because that meant I just didn't get lost in the details that might not be relevant for me. The key thing for me was that I knew that I would be supported by you guys. That's the first thing. And the second thing was that I could trust that it works. When we tested it, I knew that if it didn't work, I would be able to figure out how. As in basically the diagnostic tools are there. And should I have failed, I also know that support was there for me. That was critical to me because I can fix anything given enough effort. But being able to do it in a manner that I can trust has longevity, the system was robust, it worked. And in the off chance that it didn't work, I knew that I would get support. That was very good. And it came through multiple times. So yes, there are alternatives, but more so the fact that I knew that it will work and will be taken care of. If you're gonna speak to people like me, right, that definitely is valuable. Because I'm at the stage where, look, given enough time, I can just work with new platforms. But the point is, if I don't have to, that would be great because my time is money. So it's not about what we can do, because when I evaluated the alternatives, they really all promise the sky the heavens, and they often are stretching up or down, right? So they do something and then they reach up the byline to do other things, or they reach down and say, now I can also disseminate in other channels, this and that. Like, all of them are promising everything, but it's always the problem in the details. And I felt that you guys took care of it. I felt that, I not only was the platform easy to use, I also felt that I could ask for help if it didn't work out and it would work. So as a marketer, one of the key things that's really important to us is to be able to reach the consumers with the right information at the right time. It is kind of easy when you think about a few customers, they all have the same needs in terms of the information they need to hear. But what WhatsApp Contact really helped us with was that we could hit a whole bunch of people with many diverse needs across different time spans. And so imagine hitting thousands of consumers with a staggered drip that would speak to them when they came into the flow, rather than at our convenience, it followed them. So it was a very personal journey for each consumer because they had exactly the information they needed at a time that was relevant for them. I can confidently say that this was something that we needed WhatsApp Contact to do. So what has definitely blown me out of the water is the responsiveness. You guys are insanely fast, you're respectful, you're very helpful about everything. I've worked with so many vendors at this point. Even then, somehow through our repeated interactions, I keep getting surprised with how good you guys are. And it's just been a very, very nice working relationship. So I'm very appreciative of that. Yeah, of course. I'll definitely recommend WhatsApp Contact. You'll be taken care of on the support level, definitely. If you're looking for an automation tool for WhatsApp, regardless of what industry you're in, I can quite confidently say that the platform is robust and that it's customizable enough to meet your needs. If it's not, I know that you have the support that you need. I would definitely say to give it a shot. But let's be reasonable. For this price point and for the things that I have seen it do and for the support you get, I am very confident to say that you're not gonna get this elsewhere. So if you're on the fence, really, don't be. Just give it a shot. I'm certain you won't be disappointed.